Isn't this a cute gift card holder? Hi, my name is Sue and welcome to my craft room. The stamp sets I used today are from Trinity Stamps and the Stamps of Life. I'll link their names down below in the description for you. One of the first steps you have to do is I've taken an A2 top folding card and I'm going to die cut from the die off to the top. So all it's going to cut is around the edges and not the top. So that way I have a card that will open up in the shape of the coffee cup. It looks kind of scary when you do it, but let's see. I think I've got it lined up perfect. You want to have the top cutting. You want it to be above your card. You don't want it to be on your card because you don't want it to cut that. So you want to make sure that edge is not going to cut your card. And I'll be real with you, it didn't work the first time. As you can see, when I cut it, I didn't have it straight. So if I was to cut it, it didn't go, didn't have much top here. So I ran it again, and you can see now I have more of a, oh, you couldn't see that, sorry. So the first cut didn't have enough support. This time it goes all the way across, which is important. So it may take a couple times to get it lined up on the paper correctly, but once you do it, it looks great. So that is our card that we're going to use. Then we're going to go ahead and stamp the cup image. So you open it up. Now with this stamp set, it's wonky. So you just have to be careful when you put it down. You're going to just plop it down. It will straighten itself up once it's on the paper. So just be aware that it's a wonky. What I like to do is just close it, lift it up, and look to see that it's lined up. Now I'm going to do this in Memento Rich Cocoa, but you could do it in black. I just wanted to kind of keep the, I don't know, thinking the coffee theme, but you could definitely do this in black as well because I know the cups usually have a black. So there's the first cup. Now, we don't want to change anything. We're just going to leave the stamp on the positioner and we're going to flip this direction, line it back up to where these things are attached on this side and on the bottom. Put this back over here because now we're going to do the back of the cup. It's handmade. It's not going to be lined up perfectly. That's my videos. There are other videos where people are much more perfect and lined up. My videos are not. I'm just having fun. So there, we still get the image. And so you have the front of the card and the back of the card, and they're the same. Just like if it was a real round card. Now, this stamp set comes with these different things you could put on the side. So for the back of the, I'm going to do this like it was the back of the coffee cup. So when you go to a coffee place, they put the name on the coffee cup. So this is where I will leave it blank. When it comes to the gift, I could put whoever I'm giving this gift to, I could put their name right in the box, handwrite it right into the box, like if it was a coffee treat. So this will be the front and that'll be the back, and then we'll have the person's name. So isn't that kind of fun? I love this stamp set. Again, this is from the stamp of life, and it's called Coffee for Two, and I'll put the link down below. So let's go on to the next phase of this card. For this phase, I'm going to I always stall when I talk. There's a big pause. So I'm going to stamp the bow. So this set comes with different bows, and I like to stamp them out a bunch of times and just play around with them. But I didn't have extras of the large ones. So go ahead and one thing I think that's good for if you're a beginner and you're using stamping for the first time is kind of look at the stamp before you stamp and see if there's anything on there, lint, paper, something from before, because like I can show you right here, but I stamped it before, I had some goop on it and it showed up on there. So you want to make sure that when you're going to stamp, you kind of look at your stamp and make sure it's clear. Go ahead and cut that off to the side. I am going to do this in Memento Tuxedo Black. Okay. And then this stamp set comes with the die. So I'll go ahead and I think I'll die cut it after I color. That way I can, oh, that'll be the side. But I'm going to go ahead and color because when I color, I like to have my swatch off to the side just to make sure, and that gives me more room to hold the paper when I'm coloring instead of working with the little bow. I'm going to go ahead and keep it on here and then I'll cut it afterwards. So for these I have the 3 Copics. I have the V04, 05, and 09. I hope this comes out on video for you and that I do a good job. Oh, it's so hard to know whether or not my coloring skills are as good as you would want them. I'm used to the Spectrum Noir pens that blend a little bit differently. I'm not as comfortable with the Copic markers. They don't seem to, I think it's the, oh, what do you call this? The soft tip that they have, the brush tip. The Spectrum Noirs do not have, I didn't change them. I still have the blunt point. So I think I'm a heavy-handed colorer, and so I'm more comfortable with the blunt tip than the brush tip. If you're new to blending and coloring like I am, it is time consuming to do this. There's not a fast way that I know of, and also it's enjoyable if you just take the time to just let it flow and let it go and not be particular and not be so focused on the blending and the shading, and you just enjoy your coloring. I find it to be a lot more enjoyable. I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and have days where you want it to be perfect, that you want it to just be the best that you can do. And we always think we can do better, but some days we just want to just color, and the way it comes out, and it just looks good that way too. So don't stress out if your coloring is not the way you have it in your mind, or you're watching other videos and they do such an awesome job with it. It's not about that. It's about enjoying our craft room and enjoying our time. Most of us are alone in our craft room. So it's that time, that quality time where we're just in our own little zone, in our own little world. We don't have to worry about laundry. We're just coloring and just going back to just taking the time. Our craft room is our zone. That's where we We get to chill out and do our own thing. We don't have to have the husband come in, the kids, well, the dogs come in, but it's our own little zone, and we can relax and do what we want and just experiment. Kind of funny how the V05 kind of has a little bit of a redder tint than the other two. So I'm going to go back with the V04 and just kind of lighten up some of these top of the bow. Kind of give it more of a purple. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out so we can finish our card. To finish this card, it's pretty simple. And like I said, you can make these ahead of time. So I'm just going to attach the bow to the card, and then you write the name, and then you have the inside to write whatever you want. The stamp set from Stamps of Life actually comes with a stamp set that says thanks a lot, a latte, take a break. So you can put any of those things on the inside that you want. But for today, I'm just going to put this on there so you can see how that goes. And then I just going to use some foam dots. We don't want very much because we want the card to go through. So we're just going to take one on each side on the top of the two. Only do it on the two tips, like that. And then I just have a sample card, and it just fits right in there, slides in. So let's just put those in the center of the card. Like so. And what's fun is this card actually can stand up and wobble if you want. So it kind of makes it a fun interactive card. And then I just grabbed a card that I got from my husband, and you can slide it right through. Kind of hard to see it like that, but it can stand up if it's centered right. But the most thing is that you can just put that in, and the gift card is right there. So if you have a coffee card from that infamous coffee place, you can just slide it in there, and they have the gift card right with that for them. And you can put this either in an envelope. It fits in a regular standard envelope because it's a regular A2 size card, or you can put it attach it to something else, and you can just put their name on the back. That is the gift card. I hope you enjoyed this card as much as I did. Have a great day.